Okay, well, welcome you guys to the webinar or team call or just whatever we want to call this. I'm so excited to be here. Thanks for inviting me. I'm super glad that I ran into Greg at Summit, which was kind of ironic, and a bunch of you guys were there too, sitting behind me in the stands, which was great. And my name's Eric Johnson. I'm the creator of Teamzy. Some of you guys just know me as the Teamzy guy, which is kind of funny, but we're leaning into that, so it's cool. And I'm excited to be here. Here's what I'm going to do with you tonight. I'm going to teach you about Teamzy, which is going to be awesome. I'll show you how to set it up. I'll show you how to absolutely crush your power hour. I'll show you how to follow up like a pro. I'm going to teach you that whole process, like how to start a conversation, how to turn that conversation into an invite, how to follow that invite up. Okay, we're going to do all that. But before I even get started on that, I'm going to teach you a little bit about the philosophy that underpins Teamzy. It's called relationship marketing. And it's really important because Teamzy is more than just a tool that will make you super efficient. It's actually an approach. It's a way of doing business. I actually just did a long video on the whole go for no mentality today. This is the opposite of the go for no mentality. So I'll drip that a little bit as we go, but it's all about building relationships. So the first thing that I want to do is start with this presentation right here. And you guys see that on your screen? Okay, great. How to leverage relationship marketing to become a power hour boss. One of the cool things that you're going to get from this call is you're going to be able to do a power hour in 30 minutes from now on. Pretty cool, right? All right. A little bit about my backstory. Some of you guys know that I was a Beachbody coach. I'm no longer a Beachbody coach just because compliance won't let you do two things at once, which is fine. But my backstory is my professional career has been being a business consultant, helping people to build their business. Specifically, how to create a sustainable and predictable business based on relationships. So this is something I've been doing my entire grown-up life. I became a Beachbody coach because I had personally had a transformation from the products and wanted to share them. So the first thing that I coached myself to do as a professional consultant was I need to find tools to leverage my time. How many of you guys have an hour or less a day to work on the business? Which is plenty, by the way. But you have to make sure that that hour is effective and efficient and not just busy, because busy won't get you anywhere. Does that make sense? So you need tools to leverage your time. I went looking for the tools and couldn't find any. And there was a couple of things out there that were tools, but they were based on different philosophy. They weren't based on relationships, so that was useless to me. So that's how Teamzy was born. We actually built it because it just didn't exist. So let's get back to this. What is relationship marketing? And you know, this is becoming kind of a buzzword. You're starting to hear it a lot more. So I'm just going to give you a very simple definition. Relationship marketing is a lead generation system. It's a lead generation system. Okay? That's a system that initiates consumer interest or inquiry into the products or services of a business. I'm taking you guys to the basics on this because you need to know that relationship marketing isn't just like a warm and fuzzy kumbaya approach to connecting with people. It's actually a system that you can use. It's a feel-good system for sure, but it's a system you can follow that you can build a predictable business on. All right. Also, I want you guys to have a mindset shift right here at the beginning of our call tonight, and that's this principle. You are in the lead generation business. Okay? You guys write down, I am in the lead generation business. Your business is not marketing Shakeology. Your business is not marketing home fitness programs. That is not your business. Your business is generating leads. And if today you didn't do any work to generate new leads in your business, you were busy, but you did not work on your business today. Does that make sense? Okay, now the cool thing is, in relationship marketing, we define a lead as just meeting somebody new. Just meeting somebody new. Isn't that cool? All right, because I'll show you guys how the number one way you can win in your business is just meeting new people. Okay. I'm so excited. I know it's like drinking out of a fire hose when I talk sometimes because I want to get this much in this much time. So bear with us, guys. Relationship marketing is a system we follow. It's a system we follow, okay? It allows us to serve and bring value first. Serve and bring value first, okay? It's important because it's kind of the opposite of the way most people do the business. Also, when we invest systematically in relationships, people are more likely to want to do business with us and to recommend our business to others. Okay? I sometimes glaze over this because to me, it's just like breathing. Yeah, you're going to invest systematically in relationships, but I understand that most people aren't teaching this. They're telling you, just go find the person who might be interested and throw everybody else away. And I'm telling you guys, it's like throwing away the gold dust because you might find a nugget when it's surrounding you. Okay, we're able to create predictable and reliable results for our business. That's the cool thing about following a system. And we always know what to do next because it's a system. We always know what to do next. How many of you guys just sometimes wish you knew what to do next? Yeah. Me too. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, so here's another important principle. I put them in yellow and I think you should write them down. Developing and deepening relationships is your paramount duty as a business owner. Developing and deepening relationships is your paramount duty as a business owner. So remember what our business is. Remember? Lead generation. Business is lead generation. You meet people so that you can develop and deepen relationships with them. If you guys can just focus on meeting people and deepening relationships with people, your business is going to be huge. Okay? Then what we're going to do is we're going to use this system to turn those relationships into advocates. Okay? We're going to turn them into advocates by investing time and providing outstanding service. You guys know what an advocate is because you are advocates for all kinds of products and companies. An advocate is somebody who loves what they love it so much they can't help but talk about it, right? And you guys are like that. Whenever, it's just the way we're wired. Whenever we love something, we have to tell everybody about it. Here's another important principle. Relationship marketing depends on trust. Relationship marketing depends on trust. Another way to say this is, if you're a jerk, this ain't gonna work. Okay? If you're a jerk, this ain't gonna work. Now, here's the thing I want you guys to know. Are there jerks in our business? Yeah, unfortunately, there are, right? Are there untrustworthy coaches, even in this network? Yeah, there are. Now, here's the cool thing. If you're building your business on relationship marketing and you're attracting people and plugging them in, you're gonna weed your jerks out right away because this won't work because they have to build trust. And if you're not trustworthy, this system will not work. Now, what's cool is the trust is what makes the work fun. If somebody trusts you even just a little bit, you don't have to convince, you don't have to sell, you get right to helping them, right? Have you guys experienced that when somebody comes in and they're like, just help me, and you're like, yeah, let's do it. Also, trust takes the icky salesperson feeling away from the conversation. How many of you guys dread being an icky salesperson? Yeah, I'm like that too. You guys, I mean, I'll share with you stories of how I like hide under the desk to avoid certain confrontations in this business. But it's okay because if you build trust, you don't have to worry about that because you don't ever have that feeling. Also, you get to go for yes. You get to go for yes. And this is referring specifically to go for no. Have you guys ever done that as a team? Have you done the go for no thing? Do you guys know what I'm talking about? It's the whole concept that, and it's really popular in this industry. It's you know, you're going to get your list, like your warm market. Usually you start with them and you're just going to go for no. You're just going to share the business opportunity with everybody. And it's okay if they reject me because I'm just the no's. I'm racking up my nose. I'm getting me closer to yeses. And I just have to tell you guys, I remember when I was a brand new Beachbody coach, I think I was 3 months in the business and I had just been added into one of those diamonds. I don't even know what they call it, but it's a bunch of other diamond coaches and you get on a call once a week or once a month or once a week, I think it is. I had no idea what I was doing. Honestly, I didn't understand anything about like all the back office stuff. And they were doing a go for no thing. And I was like, wait a second, you want me to go get rejected by all my friends and family? That's nuts. I don't want to do that. Like, seriously, I wanted to get under my desk in the fetal position and hide from that, which I didn't do it, by the way. Because here's what I'm here to tell you guys. Nobody in their right mind is a yes the first time you talk to them. How many of you guys were like, yeah, I want to be a coach the first time someone talked to you about it? Anybody? Is there anybody on this call that was like that? You throw away everybody good by going for no. I'm going for yes. Every single person in my life is a yes. They're either on my team, they're either buying my products, or they're talking about how awesome I am to everybody else they know. That's what we're going for. Does that make sense? That's why we build trust. So how do you do it? How do you build trust? I'm going to give you guys some simple ways to do it here, and you can apply this in your business starting right now, okay? There are 4 essential ingredients to building trust, okay? 4 essential ingredients to building trust. Look, I got all my cool Shift Shop stickers at Summit. Aren't those great? I love those. They're so motivational. Okay, 4 essential ingredients to building trust. The first is chemistry. Chemistry. I'm going to go through these quickly, guys, and I'll break them out. The second one is character. Character. The third essential ingredient is competence. Competence. And finally, consistency. Consistency. Chemistry, character, competence, consistency. Okay. Chemistry is where you have common ground with someone. What is it about you they can relate to? Okay, chemistry is where you have common ground with someone. What is it about you they can relate to? And I could go deep into this, but I think you guys probably get this at a pretty intuitive level. The biggest thing my biggest advice for you on connecting with somebody and finding that chemistry is this. Just ask questions and then close your mouth and listen, right? I tell my kids, God gave you 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason. You find a way. You will find where you're common, because you have common ground with every single person in the world. Okay, so you got to find that chemistry. That's the first thing. And guys, if this is hard to get your head around, just remember this, and I think you'll agree with me. Isn't it hard to trust somebody that you don't like? It's hard, right? It's hard. So we got to find that chemistry. The second is character. Character is when you demonstrate how much you care and that you're relatable. Character is when you demonstrate how much you care and that you're relatable. Notice something about this, because it's probably a different definition than you've seen for character. Character is not something that you have. It's not something you just have. We sometimes think it is, and we get all twisted up if somebody insults our integrity or questions our character, right? But you need to understand that character is something you do. Character is something you do. It's something you need to demonstrate. It's when you're demonstrating your care for people, okay? And that you are relatable. It's important. Now I could do a whole day's training on character, like the way you communicate, the way you do your social media posts, things like that. But just keep in mind, it's not about your character. It's about how much you care for others. Make sense? Also, competence. Number 3, competence is when you demonstrate you're good at what you do and you are a business person. Okay, there's 2 pieces to this. Competence is when you demonstrate you're good at what you do and you're a business person. In other words, can you help me to get fit and healthy? Do you have a clue on what programs to recommend? What products I need? That's the first step. Are you good at what you do? The second step is, can you mentor me in this business if I want to join your team? Are you a business person? Are you somebody who can mentor me in this business? Now, how many of you guys have ever heard somebody say, just fake it till you make it? Anybody hear that one? Okay. Don't fake it. You don't need to. First of all, remember this is about building trust, and people know when you're faking it. Don't fake it. If you're new and you maybe aren't that competent on the products, or you don't really understand how to mentor somebody in the business, you lean into the competence of your team, right? I mean, you guys are like top 5 Western region, right? That's amazing. This team, if it was me, I would be telling everybody that. You lean into the competence of your team. And then when you build that competence yourself, guess what? Your team's going to be leaning into your competence. That's the way it works, which is amazing. This community is amazing, but it's important. I need to know your character and your competence. Not only are you someone who cares about me, but you're good at what you do, okay? Which brings us to this principle. This is all based on universal principles, guys. If you do your personal development, you're like, wow, all the stuff Eric says sounds familiar. That's because there's been 7,000 books on the same topic with different wording, and it's this principle. When people want to do business with you, they only care about 3 things. Can I trust you? Do you care about me? Are you good at what you do? Can I trust you? Do you care about me? Are you good at what you do? I will tell you guys, I know people on my team were mad at me when I started as a Beachbody coach because it was so easy for me with my warm market to sell challenge packs and sign people up. And the thing is, guys, it's because I had spent 15 years building trust with people. They didn't even care what it was. You say it's good, Eric, I'll do it. Here's my credit card. I had people just texting me their Amex numbers saying, order what you think is appropriate. That is not because I'm awesome. It's because I spent time investing in people's relationships. Does that make sense? So this is why it's going to work for you guys too. You just got to focus on this stuff. One more thing on this little last principle before I move on is this. If you're coming up against objections in your business, and you probably are, it's normal. Your team will teach you, Rachel and everyone else on the team will teach you how to overcome objections specifically, but understand that objections come from these questions. Well, I'm pregnant and I don't know about the vitamin D levels in Shakeology. Really comes from, can I trust you? Do you care about me? Are you good at what you do? Does that mean you shouldn't overcome the objection? Of course not. You need to overcome the objection, but that's like a red flag to you to say, you know what? I need to focus more on this relationship. I need to build this relationship more. Make sense? Okay. The fourth one is consistency. I gotta take a sip for this one because it's a big one. Consistency. Oh my gosh, wouldn't it be great if we didn't need this one? How many of you guys have had somebody join a challenge group and at the end of the challenge group say, it didn't really work for me? Anybody ever hear that? And then you said, well, did you drink your Shakeology? Not really. Did you do the workouts? Sometimes. How about the nutrition plan? No, I didn't do that at all. Are you surprised it didn't work for them? People message me about Teamzy and say, it doesn't really work for me. Guess what? I'm just warning you now. If you ever send me an email like that, I'm going to look up your activity and I'm going to call you out. Well, yeah, because you made 16 connects in the last 4 months. I hope that wouldn't work with that. I mean, that would be a miracle. It's all about consistency, you guys. Everything is about consistency. You want to be successful? You just got to do small things consistently. That's it. Here's an important principle, though. I want you guys to really get this principle. People respect consistency and they desire it for themselves. People respect consistency and desire it for themselves. How many of you guys want consistency in your life? Wish you were more consistent? How many of you guys, though, even though we're all flawed and wish we were more consistent, how many of you guys have been told that you're inspiring? That people are following your journey and it's really inspirational? Now, have you stopped to think about what it is about you that's inspirational? Is it just because you found a really great quote? No. They're inspired by your consistency. Even though you don't think you're consistent, they see you doing things, working out, posting, right? People respect consistency and they desire it for themselves. One of my favorite books, which I'll recommend to you guys. Wait, where's the camera? There it is. It's called Influence by Bob Cialdini. Okay, I'll put it on the screen for you. In this book, actually, this principle is from his book, and there's a whole chapter on this, on consistency. Consistency is one of the primary motivating factors for all people. When we were kids, we called it peer pressure, right? We wanted to be consistent with those people around us. And people will stay consistent even with their own bad habits, and they're friends with bad habits, right? Have you ever heard people say, you're the sum of the 5 people you hang out with the most? Yeah. It's huge. People are attracted to you because you're being consistent in positive things. But you also have to understand as coaches that they are going to try to stay consistent to their current status quo, which is why it's so hard for us to help people make a change. We have to go to such lengths to hold them accountable. But also understand that when you are consistent, it builds trust. When you are consistent, it attracts people to your business. This is why you hear Carl say you need to be a product of the product like every minute of every day, right? Because people need to see that you're using it, that you are living the lifestyle that you are selling. All right, so here's a little checkup from the neck up, as my friend Zig Ziglar would say. Are you consistent? You guys will probably score pretty good on this, I bet. Those of you who showed up tonight for a call are probably doing pretty well. Are you a product of the product? Are you? Are you doing workouts? Are you drinking your shake? Are you committed to healthy living, personal development? Are you guys doing that stuff? By the way, how many of you guys just kind of know you should be doing the personal development thing, but you're kind of not doing that as much as you should? Anyone? You guys can fess up. It's okay. Okay, couple things. I highly recommend audible.com. Oh my gosh, it's the best thing ever. Now, if you're like me and you get Audible and you pay for it every month and you're like, oh, I haven't used it in 6 months because my life has been crazy. Guess what? Now you can do 6 books in 1 month, which I just did. Started doing a book a week on Audible, plus I'm reading, and it's like blowing my mind. My business is going through the roof because I'm recommitted to investing in myself. You guys, sorry, it's just a little aside, but you can't put off the personal development. And if you talk to every successful coach, that's what's the one thing in common is they say that they put the focus on that. Okay, so you got to do it. All right. So this is us, right? Struggling, but moving forward, not perfect, but determined, right? Would you say pretty good? Okay. So here's the real question, guys. Are you consistent in your relationships? What I mean by that is, are you as consistent as staying in touch with people as you are about drinking Shakeology, doing your workouts, posting on social media? Because here's the principle. That's this, that people won't believe you till they see you. What do I mean by that? You guys post on social media, you get some great engagement, which is awesome. What do you think the percentage of people that see your posts actually engage? Maybe less than 5%? Which means that 95% of the people in your world, in your reach, might think what you're doing is cool, but until they hear from you personally, they don't really think you mean them. They don't think you're talking to them. I'm going to show you guys how powerful it is to reach out to people personally and how easy it is with Teamzy. But you need to understand that the vast majority of people watching what you're doing, they don't believe you, not until they hear from you personally. You haven't talked to them since high school and you're surprised that they're not going, yeah, sign me up. Are you guys with me? This is your checkup from the neck up. You got to be consistent in your relationships. You want to build trust? This is where it starts, okay? Because relationship building is a contact sport. It's a contact sport. That means that you need to be in contact with people, regular contact with people if you want a relationship with them. Okay, now I know your time is scarce. I'll show you how to do it in minimal time. But here's your principle, okay? This is one of the most important principles I want you to take away from this call. Investing time and connecting with people is the only way to deepen a relationship. Investing time and connecting with people is the only way to deepen a relationship. Some of you guys are going, when is he going to talk about Teamzy? It's coming. Is this good though? Are you guys getting some good stuff out of this? Okay, good. I'm going to give you one example on this and then we'll jump into Teamzy, okay? What am I doing? Stop my share for a second so I can see your faces. Aaron is a rock star. Okay, first of all, if your name is Aaron is a rock star on Zoom, you have to turn on your video because now I need to know who you are. How cool is that, right? All right, I'm going to change my name to Eric is a rock star. Can I steal that? All right, here's the thing. I want to ask you guys a question. How many of you guys have ever received a personal note card? Just like a nice card from somebody you care about, like a husband, significant other, child, somebody. And in the card, in the white space, right, they wrote something really heartfelt, something really moving. You guys ever get a card like that? And when you read the message, you have an emotional connection to it, right? Yeah. And then after you've read the message, what do you do with it? Do you throw it in the trash can? Some of you guys have heard me talk about this. Do you guys have a special place for cards like that? Like a box or a drawer, a chest? Like a special place where they never get thrown away. Isn't that amazing? One of the things that's the most amazing is when somebody passes away is that people find the cards and the letters that they've received. In fact, I have, where is it? I saved this. I saved this thing to show you guys. I thought it was right here. Oh, it is. It's in my book. How about when you get one of these from your this one's from my insurance guy. You ever get a card like this? And inside, look, it's personal. It's a handwritten, printed on a printer, send out card style. Do you guys ever get a card like this? Yeah. Does this go in the special place? Now, the only reason I didn't throw this away is so that I could make fun of him every time I showed it to you guys, right? Here's the thing. This doesn't mean anything because he didn't invest any time into it, right? I mean, he wrote it out once and they printed it on 7,000 cards. There's no investment of time. It's meaningless. The card that was special to you, somebody invested time, their most precious resource in you. How hard is it to write a heartfelt message in a card while playing with Facebook? You can't multitask while you're doing that. Is undivided attention. That's why it means so much. That's why you can't throw it away. That's why if you guys go into your special card place tonight and read one, you'll have an emotional impact again. That's why a stranger can read your card and have an emotional impact from it. It's amazing, right? Investing time in people and connecting is the only way to deepen a relationship. Now, do you need to be writing personal note cards to everybody in your business all the time? No. Should that be part of your marketing plan? Yes, absolutely. You guys should go buy a bunch of cards that say Beachbody Coach or something on them and be sending people cards for sure. But even just sending somebody a direct message on Facebook or on Instagram, direct, one-on-one, personalized message can have an impact. Are you guys with me now? Okay, hold on. I made my point. Let's jump back in here and finish this presentation off so I can get into Teamzy. All right. Where am I? You need a system. You need a way to stay in contact with all your relationships, all of them. You need to stay in contact. Know when to connect with them, okay? Know what you're going to say. I don't want you spending all day in analysis paralysis trying to figure out your messaging. Also, you want to make sure no one falls through the cracks. How many of you guys have had this experience where you're talking to somebody, they're a little bit interested, and then they say, you know what, I'm not ready. And you're like, okay, I'll give you a little space, no big deal. And then next thing you see is on Facebook, guess what, everybody, I'm a Beachbody Coach, yay. And you're like, what happened? I thought you were going to, what? You signed up with somebody else. Does that ever happen to you guys? Yeah, guess what? They fell through the cracks. You planted the seed, you got them thinking about it, you watered the seed, you put sunshine on it. But when they were ready for harvest, you weren't there, you weren't following up, they fell through the cracks, you didn't have a system in place, and somebody else was like, come with me. Okay? All right, hold on. Action steps we're going to save to the end. Let me jump over to Teamzy. We'll do some live demo. Okay. Where are you, Teamzy? There you are. Okay, so here's my Teamzy account. By the way, before we even start, guys, I know I've seen a few of your faces are very familiar to me. I know you're already using Teamzy. I'm excited that you guys are here. If some of you guys aren't, go to teamzy.com and get a free trial. It's free for 30 days. You can't mess this up. Okay? Teamzy.com, get a free trial. We have it now for like 25 networks, but we built this for Beachbody. This was built by coaches for you guys. Okay? All right. And what we'll do is we'll set it up. I'll show you how to set it up really quick because setting this up is super easy. Okay? When you first log into your free trial, you're going to be in a setup wizard. It looks like this. You can launch it again from this little settings area. Okay, it's going to take you through setup. I'm going to take you guys through this because I know a lot of you guys haven't completed this anyways. Set your income goal. First thing we're going to do is set an income goal. You're just going to you're going to grab a number from your heart and Teamzy's going to tell you what to do to reach it. Pretty cool, right? And then we're going to create a powerful why so you know why you're working. You won't quit like so many people do. You won't be the quitting statistic. And then we're going to get your contacts imported, get your lists in there, get you super mega organized so that everything's in your phone and your computer and you don't necessarily have to have 60 printout sheets on your kitchen table in order to organize your team. That's all I'm saying. I'm not going to name any names. All right. With love, he says. So the first thing we're going to do is pick a number. Now, I put $150,000 in my goal. Okay, this is the goal income you'd like to be at 12 months from now. Okay, where'd you like to be? Now, here's what I want you guys to do. If you're thinking, gosh, if I can make 20 grand, I need to just smack you in the face right now. Because if you set your sights low, you'll achieve them and you'll quit. Right? Little real talk with love from Eric. Your goal needs to be a minimum of $100,000 in the next 12 months. Okay? You with me? Now look, I picked 150,000. At that number, consistent effort is 30 minutes a day. How is that possible, Eric? It's possible because very few people are consistent. But you guys can be. I know you can be. How many of you guys have completed a Beachbody workout program? Like did almost all the workouts. That's 30 minutes a day. If you can do that, you can do this. Are you with me? Okay, so put a number in. I put in 150. And the next step now is it's going to backwards engineer how many times I need to connect with people to get in that ballpark, okay? It's not an income guarantee. It's just we know about how much activity you need to do. So Teamzy's telling me that I need to complete 4,348 connects over the next 12 months. Does that sound reasonable? $100,000, 4,400 people. You guys with me? Right, good. By the way, I could probably run for Congress with the same amount of connects. Who would want to do that though? Beachbody coach is way more fun. So then it breaks it down, because if you have a huge number like that, we got to break it down into bite-sized pieces. So the next page breaks this down into 3 groups: prospects, customers, and coaches, right? And then it breaks it down yearly, monthly, weekly, and daily. And it gives me a suggestion. It's saying, maybe Eric, it'd be a great idea for you to connect with 9 prospects every day, 6 current customers, 4 coaches on your team every day. So that's 19 people. That's 19 people. Did you notice that it's customers and coaches too? They're just as important as prospects, okay? And then also I've got my daily invite and ad goals. The minimum we recommend is 3 invites a day and 3 ads a day. Are you with me? So, wow, that's interesting. Who are these 9 people if they're not invites? I will explain that as we go. Okay, but here's an important principle I want you guys to get. You might want to write this down and share it with your teams. If you can keep your focus small, you can grow your business big. If you can keep your focus small, you can grow your business big. How can I make $100,000 in 12 months? Oh my gosh, where do I start? This is what you do. You connect with 9 prospects, 6 customers, 4 coaches. You invite 3 people a day and you add 3 people to your list every day. That's how you do it. Are you with me? Focus small. Oh my gosh, I'm so overwhelmed. Oh my gosh, I don't know what I'm going to do. But I know what I can do right now is I can get on my computer and I can connect with some people. Are you with me? You keep your focus where you can impact it. You do not have control of the results, but you always have control of the activity. And when you do the activity, the results will follow. Okay, finding your why. Next step. Are you guys with me so far? Finding your why. It's so funny because I'm learning a lot about other networks now too, because Teamzy's been expanding because people are demanding it from friends of Beachbody coaches. And it's like every company, Beachbody included, tells you, like, when you sign up, you need to find your why. Right? You guys, right? You need to, how many of you guys have heard that? Find your why. Yeah. But you know what? It's not just like fuzzy wuzzy hippy dippy stuff. It's important because you need to understand some real facts. 50% of Beachbody coaches quit within the first year. 1 out of 2. How many of you guys have seen that happen on your teams? By the way, there's nothing wrong with you. That's normal. How many of you guys, now I'm looking at you right now so I can see you, and like, it's okay if you're afraid to raise your hand, but hopefully you guys will. How many of you guys are here, you're just kind of curious, you're not even really sure if you're going to do this Beachbody thing, you kind of got a toe in the water, you're just kind of seeing how it goes right now. You're not really sure that you're committed. Anyone like that? Anybody feel, do you guys all, how many of you are like, no, I'm going to be a top coach, I'm going to be a major success, I'm going to stick with this thing and I'm going to build it? Okay, good. Now, keep your hands up. How many of you have a written why statement? Hey, that's pretty good. How many of you who have your hands up are already using Teamzy? Okay, well, we won't take credit, but you know, there's a correlation. Okay, here's the problem. People don't know what that means. How do I find my why? I don't even know, you know, how do I do it? This doesn't have to be that mystical, okay? We've read all the books, done all the classes. We created a really simple process for you to find your why, at least to get started thinking about it, right in the Teamzy Setup Wizard. I'm going to take you through it really quick, okay? And I'm going to try not to get too off on this, but I am very passionate about this topic. So I may have a few passion tangents, and I apologize in advance. So here we go. Basically, you've got 5 questions. Okay, and finding your why. And they're just to get you thinking about this. So I'll take you through my story. Why did you become a coach? Why did you become a coach? In my case, people were asking me how I lost the weight. I lost 60 pounds doing P90X. I looked totally different. People were like, what are you doing? I did P90X. I told people about P90X for a full year before I knew there was a coaching opportunity. There was no way to get it all back. That's why I did it. What did you hope to accomplish? I wanted to earn $500 a month extra money. Anyone relate to that? I didn't have a deep why. I didn't have a deep motivation. I had a full-time career I was doing well in, I had a happy life. I thought a little bit of extra money would be great. Next question, why is that important to you? And I wrote here so I could actually save some money for the first time in 7 years. I don't know if you guys remember the Great Recession of 2008, 2009. Do you guys remember that?
Yes.
Some of you guys have some scars. So for me, I was in the real estate. I primarily coached real estate professionals in my coaching and consulting business. And that was the first industry to go just to disappear. It just disappeared. It was a tough, tough time because 80% of our customers disappeared overnight. They just left the business. They went and got jobs, whatever they could do. And it was difficult. My wife and I, we hung on, by God's good grace, we hung on through that recession. We didn't lose our home. We didn't go into massive debt, but we were not able to save a penny for 7 years. Okay. And some of you guys can relate to that. I mean, we just held on. And so Beachbody came along and I thought, wow, if I could save $500 extra, if I could make $500 extra, I could start saving money again. Okay. The next question is, what would achieving this mean for you and your family? And my wife and I told you we have 4 kids. And we were like literally on top of each other in our house. We had a small house. We were on top of each other. And I thought, and with the recession, which was awesome, right? This small house that we're on top of each other was $200,000 underwater. So the only way we could buy a new house was to pay $200,000 to get out of the old one. It was crazy. So my thought was, man, if I could save $500 a month, that would be the beginning of savings that could help us to buy a new home. So in this process, you guys, I just want you to understand what just happened to me in less than 5 minutes. I went from, hey, people are asking me how I lost the weight anyways, maybe I can make extra money, to, wow, maybe we could buy a new home. And I started to get real. I started to visualize the new home and the opportunity that this business was giving me. And then I get to this last question. Why is that meaningful? How does this make you feel? Why is that meaningful? And I have to be honest with you guys, I am a personal development junkie, but I hate questions like this because they make me uncomfortable. You guys relate to that? Like, how does it feel? And I realized that buying a new home wasn't meaningful. It wasn't a meaningful thing. But I did realize it was symbolic. It was symbolic. It wasn't necessarily that we needed a new house. I mean, that would be nice. But it was the fact that my kids were growing up and I was missing it. I was missing it. I never saw my kids. I mean, I got up in the morning, the crack of dawn, went to work, kissed my kids goodbye. They were in their pajamas when I left. When I got home, they were in their pajamas already, ready for bed. This was my life. Sometimes I got to spend the weekend with them, but a lot of times I was traveling. I was missing it. I was working like crazy to hold serve. We hadn't saved in 7 years. I was at the top of my career. There was nowhere to go. I was already at the top. This was it. Stuck. Anybody feel stuck? And people looked at us and were like, hey, you guys have a great life. And we did. But this opportunity came along and I said, oh my gosh, this is it. This is the ticket. This isn't just a way to lose weight or make some extra money or to buy a new house. This is a way for me to design the life I always wanted for my family, to be with my kids, to not be worried about money. Are you guys with me? And so this thought process brought me through this. And then finally in the last box, you write your why statement. And mine is there kind of as sample text. You need to write yours. This is important though. So here was my why statement. To create a life where I never have to worry about money again. I enjoy quality time with my family and I'm present for my children on a daily basis. I'm healthy and full of energy. Okay? How many of you guys would like a life where you never have to worry about money again? Here's what I want you guys to know. I hope this demystified finding your why. Just go through the process. Just think it through a little bit. And the first one you get isn't going to be your end all be all, but it's going to get you there little by little. I look at this why statement that I wrote less than 3 years ago and I laugh at it because it just describes like a Tuesday evening in my life. I need a new one. I need a new one that stretches me. Does that make sense? Because we aren't worried about money anymore. I'm home with my family all day long. I don't know if you guys can hear the baby crying, but I can. She's right there through the wall. I can hear her getting ready for bed, doing her little bed cry. Healthy, full of energy. I mean, it's an awesome life. I want you guys to go through the same mental transformation. Because once you understand, first of all, I'm going to show you how easy this is in Teamzy. It's easy to do, but you're also going to feel like not doing it some days. True? And it's like, big deal if I don't do my Teamzy today and connect with people, big deal. But if it's like, oh my gosh, what's on the line? Being with my kids, being home with my kids is on the line. Do you think you can put yourself out for 30 minutes for that? You with me? That's why it's so important. Okay, so this last box, this My Why box, it's going to publish on your dashboard. So every day it's going to be there. Now, just a little aside for you guys. There's a lot of research on this. For those of you guys who want to dig it up and read it, you can. But hearing your own voice, reading your why statement is really powerful for your subconscious mind. So here's what I want you guys to do. When you log on to Teamzy every day, I want you to read your why out loud. It's going to have a powerful transformation. Just, if you think I'm weird, just do it anyways. Just do it anyways. I don't care if you think I'm weird. I just want you to be successful. All right, next step. We're going to get all your contacts in. It's super easy. These little videos will show you how to do it. And if for some reason you get confused, you hit the little help button on the bottom right-hand corner of the screens and just ask for our help and we'll help you with it. But it's really easy. You're going to go to Coach Online Office. You're going to get your downline report. If you have a large team, I recommend just bringing in your personally sponsored people, okay? Now we're going to get your customer list. Some of you guys are going to have a huge customer list. I mean, I joke, Barbie Califf and I joke about this because she broke Teamzy the day she put her customer list in because she had so many customers from all the years of being a coach that literally broke the servers, and we had to like increase our technology for people like her, which is funny. I saw her at Summit and we joked about that. Like, hey, thank you so much for improving Teamzy by breaking it. So it's, you know, some of you guys will have a big customer list, which is awesome. I'm going to talk to you guys briefly about this, but your customers, even the ones you haven't talked to in years, are a gold mine for your business. Gold mine for your business. Oh my gosh. You're going to be excited about that. And then you're going to get your Facebook friends in, right? You're going to get all your Facebook friends in so that you're not going through Facebook Messenger trying to think about who you should connect with and follow up and watching them fall through the cracks all day long. You're going to be organized, okay? And then anywhere else you have contacts, you can bring those in. All right, let's just do this real quick. Continue. I'm going to skip that, the import, because I already imported, but you just go, that's where you choose your files and import it. All right. So the very last step for setting up is ranking. So I'm going to my team page where my whole list lives. And when you do your imports, it's going to drop you into this rank mode. It'll be toggled on. And what you do is you just jam down your list and you give people a 5-star to 1-star rating. Okay. You just click on them. 2, 3, 4, you with me? 2, whatever. Now, what do these stars mean? Let me show you. I'm going to click on this little question mark. A 5-star is somebody that's most likely to become a customer or a coach, or they're an existing customer or coach on your team that's a rock star already. These are your favorite people, and they're going to show up every 30 days on your up next list. Every 30 days, you're going to get a reminder to connect with them. Now, really quick about this, guys. A connect is not an invite. A connect is just a hello to start a conversation. The goal of a connect is not to recruit or sell. The goal of a connect is to make someone's day. I want you to get in the make someone's day mindset. I'm going to make someone's day. I'm just going to connect. So 5-star, you're going to get a message to connect with them every month. Now these are people that you're building a relationship with. 4 stars, somebody likely to become a customer or coach with a little bit of nurturing, or they're the solid people on your team. And you're going to connect with them every 60 days. Every 60 days. 3 stars, pretty much everyone on your list is going to be a 3-star when you start. This is somebody who could go either way. They might be a customer, they might be a coach, they might not. You don't know yet. Okay? Or they're an existing customer and occasionally joins a challenge group, whatever, you want to stay in touch. You're going to connect with them every 90 days. Every 90 days. 2 stars are getting colder. You're going to connect with them every 120 days. Okay? And a 1-star is somebody that's not going to come up on your up next list. They're just on your list if you need to look them up, right? So you're like, do not contacts will drop into 1-stars and things like that. Now, the whole point of this, guys, is this. And I know that I need to move it. So let me just give you this real quick. The important principle is this. You can never prioritize your time until you've prioritized your relationships. Is that true? Okay. Some of you guys have 300 people and you're like, why do I need to do this? When you have 5,000 people, you're going to love this system. This keeps you in touch with everybody at the right frequency. It just keeps you in touch with everybody, you guys. And it's so easy and fun to do. Okay. Now, if you've got a huge list and you're intimidated about going through and ranking people, here's what you can do as a shortcut is just go through your list and cherry pick the 4 and 5-star people. Okay, because you want them on your list more often. So just go through and pick those out because most people will stay 3. Okay. All right. So once you're done with that, we're going to go rock our power hour. I'm going back to my dashboard. I'll show you how to do this. Okay. So at the very beginning, I told you guys I was going to show you how to start conversations with people. Now, Teamzy is going to tell you who to connect with every day. I don't even have to think. So our goal is to start conversations with people. And then as we're having conversations, we're going to look for opportunities to make their day and help them. Okay. Some of those conversations are going to head towards the business, and those are the ones where we're going to do an invite on. So in my example, we're connecting with 19 people a day, and I'm hoping to get 3 invites. Does that make sense? So I'm creating conversations, got all these conversations going, and I'm gonna have lots of opportunities for invites, but they're going to be natural and organic, and they're going to be people who are interested. Make sense? Okay, so how do we do it? First of all, just give you a quick tour of the dashboard. A couple things here. You've got your navigation on the left, your dashboard's here, your team is where we were, that's where your whole list lives. Business is stats and reports, and university is where you're gonna get help, okay? There's my why. So whatever you saved in that last box is there. You can change your rank here, okay? You've got up here, you've got your settings, okay. Now, if you need to look somebody up, you just search them in the search bar. You need to add a new person to your list, you just add them to your list, super easy. Okay, now let's look at how we're gonna do our power hour. Here's our goals. Today's activities are our goals. There it is, 9 prospects, 6 customers, 4 coaches, 3 invites, 3 ads. Every time I do something, this circle is gonna fill and I'm gonna get numbers on the board. Okay, this gives us feedback on how we're doing towards our goal today. Your focus is on today, remember that. You want a great year? Focus on today. You can't miss a week of 21-day fix and do all 7 workouts on Sunday, right? It doesn't work. You just got to do it every day. Okay. Also our dailies. These are just some accountability. Did you post on social today? Did you do your personal development work? Oh, you haven't done that? Skip that one. Do you drink your shake? Did you do your workout? You haven't done your workout yet and it's 8 o'clock at night and you're doing Teamzy? Guess what's going to happen? There's going to be some positive pressure to go do your workout. It's going to help you. Okay. So you do these as you do them. Okay. Now I'm going to work my who's up next box. See this little box right here in the middle of my screen, the who's up next. This is the magic. This is the engine room. There's nothing like this, guys. It's so easy. Teamzy's giving me 5 names at a time so that it's simple and I can't get overwhelmed by it.
Eric, that was can I ask a quick question?
Yeah.
So is that why there's only 5 names?
Correct.
Okay. So is there a way to get more names or no?
Yeah, you connect with one and the names move up.
But I have to log the connect.
Correct. I'm going to show you right now.
Okay.
I'll show you right now. Now, here's the thing. I get this all the time, but I want to see my whole list. Why? So you can skip people, so that you can get away, so you can procrastinate, so you can put things off. Let's just be honest. Now, here's what I'll tell you. And there are people on the call who have been using Teamzy for a year, and they'll attest to you. You'll be shocked at what happens when you just connect with people and you're just like, I don't want to connect with that person. Then all of a sudden, like, they were excited to hear from you. Just go for it. Guys, it will take you 2 seconds to do the connect, and it will take you 3 minutes to avoid it. Okay? Now, you can see your whole list on the team page anytime. Your whole list is there. The dashboard is to help you be focused and efficient. How am I going to connect with 20 people in 30 minutes? This is how. I've got 4 lists: prospects, customers, coaches, follow-ups. They're in the order you should do them in. Okay? So the first person I'm going to talk to is Jay. She's the first person on my list. Now, I love Facebook. I think Facebook's the greatest marketing tool ever invented by human beings so far. And you should be using it a lot because the response rate on Facebook is huge. Did you guys know Facebook Messenger as a standalone social media platform, standing alone from Facebook, has almost 2 billion daily users right now? Crazy. Oh my gosh. Anyways, that's just an aside. Jay Lisa Swain is the first person on my list. So I have a separate tab open to Facebook, okay? You have to send messages through Facebook. Facebook Messenger won't let any apps interface with it, which is no big deal. It only takes a second. I'm gonna look up Jay. There she is. Okay. I'm going to send her a message. You can look at her page real quick if you want. She just had a birthday. Jay works for Teamzy, so it's kind of a setup. I'm going to send Jay a message. Now, before I send her a message, maybe you guys are like, oh my gosh, I'm so uncomfortable. I don't even know what to say to this person. How do I start this conversation without being a freak? Anyone worry about that? Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to click on scripts right over here on the right-hand side to get some ideas. I want, what kind of script? Facebook. Great. So here's some connect ideas. This is my favorite script of all time, by the way, which is why it's in here. This is the one I personally have used thousands of times. And it goes like this. Hi, Jane. Just stopping by to say hello. How are you? Hope your day is awesome. I'm just telling you guys, just so you guys know, this one works amazing. Now you can make these your own. These are the actual words that I use. It's my voice, so it's fine. But I'm copying this. I click copy script. Now check this out. I can just jump back over to Jay and send her that message. Just paste it in there. I don't like typing. I like being efficient. Change the name because her name's not Jane. Hi, Jane. Hi, Jay. Just stop by, say hello. How are you? Hope your day's awesome. Boom, sent. Okay. Now, I don't like to retype, so I'm going to just copy this again so I don't have to change the name. Go back to Teamzy. Now I'm going to log it. You got to log it. But here's the cool thing. Like, your tracking is done for you. That was a Facebook message. Logged. Now look at this. I have one on the board. Next person is Shiro. I'm going to now send her a message. Guess what? I'll probably just send her the same message, change the name. Boom, 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 boom. How quickly do you think I can get through my 9 people? Just sending that message. So quick. So quick. Then as soon as I get all 9 of those done, I'm going to jump over to customers. Now what will happen is people will start responding, and you have to, while you're in your power hour, you have to focus and not start getting into the conversations yet, because I want you to get all of your outgoing messages out first. Okay? Because it's only going to take you 20, 30 minutes, then you can start responding. Now we're going to go through customers and connect with our customers the same way. Well, guess what? We've got customer scripts now when I go over here. I got some great customer scripts. Okay? Some great recommendations, by the way. One of the things I will tell you guys is your customers are a gold mine. You need to be in constant contact with your customers. Let me just give you 3 reasons why you need to be in constant contact with your customers. The first reason is you have a moral obligation to them. You are their coach. How many people have you guys coached who bought a challenge pack, joined your challenge group, and changed their life and stayed consistent forever? Anyone? Can you count them on more than one hand? People need your support. They need you to be in contact with them. By the way, when you get that email from Beachbody that says, you know, your average customer was on Shakeology for 4 months last year, you know the email, right? You want that to be a longer number. You just need to be in touch with people because they're at Costco going, well, this is organic and it's $29. Maybe I'll just switch to this. They need to be educated. They need to know. You just need to be in touch with them. You just serve them. That's the first reason why you got to be in touch with your customers. The second reason is they will buy and order more volume if you're in touch with them. If you're telling them about the new programs, if you're telling them about the new whatever, if you're cross-promoting 3-day refresh to them, they're going to order more volume. If you train your team to do the same thing, you're going to have a lot more volume on your team. That's good for everybody, right? Yeah. And the third reason why you got to be in touch with your customers is the hottest source for a new lead in your business is a current customer. Okay, write that one down, you guys. The hottest source for a new lead in your business is a current customer. Somebody who's using these products, doing these programs, and getting results is a walking, talking billboard for Beachbody. They're telling everybody about it. Everyone they know knows about it. Why are all those people not on your team? Because you're not in touch with that person. You don't know that it's happening. Are you guys with me? I did a full 1-hour training. It's in the Teamzy Beachbody FAQs, the recording on how to duplicate your customers, how to multiply them. If you guys have had one customer get results with these products, you should hit SC 5 or 10 every month forever, just leveraging customers, not even prospecting new people. And I'm serious about that. I mean that. Okay, so anyway, stay in touch with your customers. Can you tell I get passionate about this stuff? I can't help it, you guys. Stay in touch with your customers. Okay. Next, we're going to connect with our coaches. Okay, we're going to connect with our coaches. People on your team need a relationship with you too. They need to hear from you individually. Having a team page, having a Zoom call is not a personal relationship. I'm sorry. I don't care if you're a 6-time superstar diamond. I know no one's done that yet, but it won't be long. Everybody that you sponsor in this business, you should connect with a couple times a year. Send them a text, send them a message, let them know you love them. It will mean all the world. And you'll see that retention rate go up on your team. That's why it's called Teamzy, by the way. It's about building your team culture. Build your team, build your business, build your life. Make sense? Okay. So once we've done all that, we've connected with our prospects, our customers, and our coaches. We've finished our goals for the day. Now we're going to get to our follow-ups list, and we're going to work our follow-ups list, okay? Okay, here we go. How do I get you on my follow-ups list? Let me show you how this works. So we sent a bunch of messages out, right? We sent, in this example, 19 messages out, some to prospects, some to customers, which, by the way, are going to bring us new prospects, some to our coaches, which is just going to encourage those guys to do the same. And now we've got maybe 10 conversations happening, because I've found that Facebook Messenger, the response rate is about 50%, which is pretty awesome, right? It's about 5,000 times better than email. Okay? So if somebody's telling you you need a drip email campaign, it's just up to you whether you want 5,000 times the result. So now we got 10 conversations going, and remember, our goal is to make their day, to find a way to help them. Find a way to help them. This is how relationship marketing works. How are you doing? What's going on? You're forming them. You're asking questions. You know, is there anything that I can do for you? Is there anything I can make your day? You know, and I always tell people this, like, maybe they just need a referral to a pediatric dentist for their kids. Maybe they need prayer. Maybe they need a laugh from a friend. Maybe they need to borrow your power drill. I don't know. Find a way to help them. It doesn't have to be Beachbody related. In fact, it's better if it's not. Because as you're having a real conversation and demonstrating your care, enough people are going to ask you, how's that Beachbody thing going? Or I need a Beachbody, ha ha ha, LOL, or whatever. And then you're going to have those conversations about the business. You're going to have those opportunities to invite. So in this example, I'm talking to Jay. We're messaging back and forth. She's catching me up on what's going on. And she said, you know, I've been watching you on Facebook, and I need to do one of those programs with you. I need to get in shape. It's like, well, I can help you with that. It's not a big deal. This is what I do, Jay. And she's like, really? You know, so right? You're having a conversation with her. Listen, Jay, this is what I would do is I would say, let's get on the phone, and so I can talk to you and get all your goals and see if there's something I can do to help you. Okay, great. So we get on the phone. I'm asking her questions. I'm writing down her goals. I'm not a genius. I just got them from the back office. You guys seen those videos with Tommy Migrant asking questions? Solid gold. Just do it word for word. Works amazing. And I tell her, okay, look, you know, I really think based on what you're telling me, I think we should start you with 21-day fix. It's awesome. It's simple to follow nutrition, 30-minute workouts. You can get them in, no problem. I'm going to send you all the information right now in an email with your links to order your challenge pack, and also the information on the challenge group. Okay. She's like, oh, that would be so awesome. I'm going to send you that email right now, Jay, and then I'll follow up with you tomorrow and see if you have any questions. Great. So here's how we do it in Teamzy. I'm going to go to the lookup bar and look up Jay, because I already logged a conversation with her earlier. And now that I'm on her record, what I want to do is log that I sent her an invite. So I'm just going to write 21-day fix. Okay. And I'm going to select, it was via email. And see this little invite box? I'm going to click it. So now this connect is an invite that I'm logging. And what type of invite? It was to a challenge group. Are you with me? Okay. But before I log this, I need to set the follow-up. This is how I get her on my follow-ups list, is by setting a follow-up. See right here where it says follow-up default? I need to set a new follow-up. I told her I would connect with her tomorrow, so I'm going to set that one. Okay, great. So now when I log this connect, you can see now there's a follow-up set for tomorrow. So when I'm on my dashboard and I'm doing my prospects, customers, coaches, and I get to my follow-ups, this is my list of everybody that I've invited that's interested in learning more, or that for some reason I want to follow up with specifically. This is my list that I'm working at the end. Okay? Now, this is really important, you guys. How many of you guys have heard people say that the fortune is in the follow-up? And you're like, yeah, I know. I follow up like twice, 3 times with people. I totally follow up. Here's the thing you guys are not going to like to hear, but you need to hear it. 80% of all sales happen between the 7th and the 10th follow-up. I know you guys know this. You're like, I know this. I hate it. 80% of sales happen between the 7th and the 10th follow-up. This is in all across the board. I'm going to explain to you guys, by the way, why psychologically it works that way. There's a reason for it. It's the way we're wired as human beings. But now that you understand that, here's the question. How many of you guys, when you invite somebody that is interested, follow up 7 to 10 times? Okay. Don't feel bad that you didn't raise your hand. You're normal, and I know why you don't. First of all, no offense to anyone on this team who I already have tons of love for, but like if you're digging through papers on a table, you don't have a system to follow up that many times. It's just not going to happen. Just a little side note, how many of you guys have a phone book, like a physical phone book where you keep phone numbers? Can someone raise it? You still do it? Do you use it? Or do you even know where it is? Okay. How many of you guys rely on your phone to tell you people's phone numbers? Okay, cool. Now, of the same people, how many of you guys rely on pieces of paper to run your business? Doesn't that seem like a little strange? I'm just saying, you can put it all on your phone. Okay. So I know some of you guys don't have a system, and that's okay. I'm here with the system. So that's solved. The second thing is you guys feel like you just don't want to bug people. You feel like you're a nagger, right? How many of you guys, when I said you got to follow up 10 times, were like, no way am I doing that, right? Now, here's the thing I want you guys to know. I'm going to give you a mindset shift on following up because I was the same way. But you guys are selling transformative product. You're representing a changed life. In some cases, you're literally saving people's lives, right? I had a customer who her doctor was like, she was 47 years old. The doctor was like, you are not going to live 3 more years. You're going to have a massive stroke and die the way your blood pressure is. Isn't that crazy? You know the story, right? She got off blood pressure meds in 4 months of Shakeology. Amazing. Now, why would I be afraid to follow up when I could save her life? Right? Or maybe it's a self-worth issue. Maybe it's depression. I don't know. Here's the thing, you guys. You need to understand this. People are not going to do this without your help. Forget finishing the challenge group. They're just not even going to do the sign up without your help. Your follow-up is the only way to help them. It's the only way to save my person's life. It's the only way to save the people or to help the people in your sphere of influence. The only way to help them is following up. And if you are here to help people, here is your mindset shift right now. Get your pens out and write this down. Following up is an act of love. Following up is an act of love. How do I love people? By following up with them to get them the help they need. And I encourage you guys, write it on a sticky note, put it on your computer to remind yourself. Following up is an act of love. Now, one more, or on your phone. Yeah, you can put it on your phone. Yep, because I've been teasing you guys about the paper. Okay, on your whiteboard. All right, so here's one more thing. What if I could show you a way to do a follow-up so you're not annoying? Now it's a way of loving, and I can help you do it so you're not annoying. Anyone in for that? Okay, I'm going to give you 2 principles that will help you never be annoying. And I don't care what you've been taught, this will help you not be annoying. Okay, you ready? First principle is this. When following up with somebody, never ask them to do anything in your follow-up. Call me back, please. Annoying. Right? Annoying. How many of you guys like getting that message on your voicemail? First of all, voicemail? You got to be like over 40 like me to send a voicemail. But anyways, and the voicemail says, call me back. What? The only person who should send me that is my wife. Call me back. Tell me what you want. Don't be annoying. Don't ask them to do anything. Could you just buy your challenge pack, please? Already? Like, don't ask them to do anything. That's the first thing. Don't ask them to do anything in the follow-up. The second principle is this. Your follow-up needs to be short. It needs to be written, a text or a message. And it needs to be short enough so they can read it without opening the message. Right? You want to see it on your lock screen, on your phone. Why? Because I don't want you to know I've read it yet, because I'm not going to respond to it yet. You guys are the same way, right? So don't be annoying. Give them that. Now, here's why I'm telling you this is okay. I'm going to show, this is all automatic in Teamzy, by the way. I've got 10 follow-up messages pre-written for you. You just load follow-up 1, follow-up 2, follow-up 3, follow-up 4, follow-up 5 through follow-up 10. Okay? It's done for you. So easy. So don't sweat it. And they've already followed the principles I'm telling you. Okay? Cool? High five. Boom, high five. And they work, by the way. You can edit them and change them a little, but they just work as is. They work great. They're not salesy. They're just, I'll show them to you in a second. But here's the thing I want you guys to understand. I'm talking to Jay. She's my example. Talking to Jay. She's excited. She wants to lose 20 pounds and feel great about herself again. She knows this program that I'm talking to her about is the way to do it. Right? And she's excited. Yeah, send me the email, Eric. I'm excited. And I'm going to sign up tonight. Can't wait. And then what happens? I go in the back office. She didn't sign up. Anyone ever see this happen to you? So we follow up with Jay. All right. So let me just show you how to do this as I'm telling you this story. So the next day when I'm in my Teamzy, I'm going through, did it share my screen with you guys? Oh, there it is. It didn't have the little green halo for a second. I'm going to my follow-ups. There's Jay. I'm going to follow up with Jay, right? I'm going to send her a message. I'll go to my scripts to get the first follow-up. Follow-up number 1, here it is. Hi, Jane, just checking in like I promised I would. What questions do you have for me? Okay, that's my favorite follow-up, by the way. It works like a charm. I'm going to send that to her. Boom, send her the message. I'm going to log it in Teamzy. Great. Okay. And I'm going to set the follow-up again. Next follow-up, got to set it up. I'm going to set it again for the next day. Okay, great. I send her this message, and she sees it on her phone, and she's like, oh, yeah. And then what happens? Does she sign up yet? No. She's like, oh, yeah, that's that cool. Yeah. Oh, I can't do that right now because I got to fix dinner, or the baby just threw up, or the dog is doing that weird thing where he drags his tail across the room, right? Like there's a reason why, for whatever reason, she can't respond right now. And this goes on for a couple of days. So tomorrow I come back and I follow up again. I go to my scripts. I get my follow-up number 2, right? Just making sure you got my email, checking to see if you have any questions. See how short and sweet they are? Do I need to do a call to action? No, we had a full conversation. I invited her. I sent her all the information. She knows why I'm following up. You with me? I'm going to send her that one. Guess what? Crickets. The next day, maybe a couple days later, I send her follow-up number 3. Nothing. Wow, this is really strange because Jay was very excited. Anybody ever experienced this? Here's what I want you guys to understand. The vast majority of people will not even respond to the first 5 follow-ups. Most people, and if they do, it's just like polite, like, okay, thanks, yeah, I'll take a look at it. Most people will not respond to the first 5 follow-ups. This is why. There's nothing wrong with you. There's nothing wrong with what we're selling. Human beings hate change. And our subconscious runs the show. 80% of your actions come from your subconscious mind. Now, the 20% of Jay's mind that was consciously talking to me was very excited. And every time she was like, oh yeah, I could do that. 30 minutes a day, I could do that. Her subconscious mind went like this. No, you can't. Oh, a simple nutrition plan, containers, I can do that. No, you're not going to do that. That sounds like it's hard. That sounds like it's scary. Your subconscious mind is there to keep you safe. And your whole life, everybody around you wants to keep you safe. Your family and friends, you're going to do what? Oh, you don't want to get too skinny? Let's go have a donut, whatever. Like everything is working against it. Right? You guys are with me. How many people have said to you, you're getting too skinny? And you're like, dude, I'm getting awesome. I'm not getting skinny. What are you talking about? My mother-in-law always says you're too skinny. I'm like, woman, I'm a 200-pound man. I am not too skinny. It's all good. All right, but I appreciate her. I think she's saying it as a compliment. My point is, people are not going to respond, and that's just the way they're wired. But guess what? Psychologically, the way we've designed these follow-ups they are just a gentle and positive, uplifting reminder of what? Your love. Your love. The only thing that's going to get them from where they are through the subconscious mire to where they want to be is your love. And every day or every couple of days, they get a little reminder on their screen that reminds them somebody cares. And every time they see that message, a little smile pops because it's nice. I got to get on that. What is happening? How many of you, do I have any like psychology majors on the call? Can I get an amen from you guys? What is happening is you are rewiring their subconscious mind. You are giving them a positive shot of, brain chemicals associated with your challenge group every couple of days. You're moving them to where they are more open to the decision. This is why 80% of all sales happen between the 7th and the 10th follow-up. Does that make sense, you guys? So here's what I want you guys to understand from this. 3 things. 1, following up is an act of love. You can do it without being annoying. Teamzy is going to make it super easy, okay? And you are helping them through the process of making the decision. You're no longer going to take it personally when people don't respond. It has nothing to do with you. It has to do with the way they're wired, the way you're wired. How many of you guys were a total pain in the ass to get into your first challenge group? How many of you guys took months to become a coach? Or years? Yeah, this is normal. This is why the whole go for no thing sucks, because it takes months to get a good coach, and you just need a way to do that efficiently. You make sense? Okay. One day I'll have an Eric Worre showdown. We'll be on stage together arguing. It's going to be like the presidential debates, how to build your network marketing debate. Okay. So we're going to go back to Teamzy, and we're going to keep following up. Keep following up, keep following up, keep following up. Always set your next follow-up. Always set your next follow-up. If you don't set the next follow-up, she goes back to default, falls off your follow-ups list, okay? You got to keep them on the follow-ups list until they convert. Now, if she doesn't convert, you go 10 times and she's like, I'm just not ready. Great. I'm going to send her back. I'm going to send her back to default and connect with her in 30 days, 60 days, whatever her Teamzy rank is. I'm going to stay in touch with her and connect with her again. Okay? Now, let's just say I get to like the 8th follow-up and I notice she's done it. She signed up. And, most of my challengers signed up as coaches just because it was a better deal. So I look in there and I'm like, oh my gosh, I look in the back office. She signed up as a coach. She bought her challenge back. Great. So how do I finish her off? In Teamzy, I'm going to look her up, my lookup bar. I'm going to go to her record, right? I'm going to log the sale. She bought a challenge pack. She's going to save that. This is so that my statistics show that I got a sale based on however many contacts I did. And then see where it says member type and prospect, customer, coach. Now I'm going to move her from prospect to coach by clicking on coach. Now she's on my team, and I'm going to put personally sponsored. PS, coach. Okay, personally sponsored. Great. So that's how now I've moved her from a connect. We had a conversation. The conversation turned into an invite. I followed that invite up like a pro. Continue to stay in touch with her until she converted, that I moved her to my team. Now she's going to still be on my Teamzy Up Next list. But next time I see her, she'll be on the coach list, or I'll continue building my relationship with her. Does that make sense, you guys? Okay. I know I threw a lot at you guys, and I've been talking a long time, and I covered like 10% of Teamzy. But if you just do the part that I showed you, you will be successful. Okay, one more thing before I go and answer questions. And I know some people probably had to go already. I got to give you your action steps, okay? Got to give you your action steps. Here's your action steps. We did this one. Hold on. First, go to Teamzy.com, get your 30-day free trial. Get your 30-day, it's free for 30 days, for crying out loud. Guys, here's what I want you guys to know. After 30 days, Teamzy's $29.99 a month, which means if we help you generate one Shakeology Home Direct, you've paid for your Teamzy for the year. Because they're not going to cancel because you'll be in touch with them. Right? Okay. So go to Teamzy.com, get your 30-day free trial, use it for free for 30 days, and it'll pay for itself. Next, get a 30-day success partner to do the trial with you. Get a 30-day success partner to do the trial with you. If you're already using Teamzy, get a 30-day success partner and do a blitz together. You need to get it going again. Okay? Your success partner will hold you accountable to using it for the whole 30 days. And every day when you guys complete your dashboard goals and you get a you crushed it kind of high five from Teamzy, I want you to take a screen grab of that and send it to your success partner, okay? If your spouse is in the business with you, you may not want to use your spouse. You guys may want to get other success partners, okay? All right, because you guys believe your own excuses, don't you? Like, well, the kids are sick. So you both take the day off. Now, if you have a success partner, they're like, my kid was sick too, I just did it. Okay, And then I'm going to give you a 5-day challenge. This is important because a lot of times people get in here and they're like, "Hey, this is nice." You need to go after this if you really want to blow your business up and be successful, you guys. So 5-day challenge is this: 5 days in a row, hold each other accountable. I want you to connect with 100 people in 5 days. Now, the example I showed you today would get you there. 20 people a day, minimum. 20 people a day for 5 days. Why do I want you to do this for 5 days? Because if you do it, you will generate a ton of momentum in your business. And I want you to feel it. I want you to experience what that's like, to generate a ton of momentum in your business. Okay? I want you to feel what it's like to have a 20 point plus SC point month just by connecting with people. Okay? So there's your action steps: free trial, 30-day success partner, 5-day challenge. Okay. So, questions. If you guys have questions, just unmute and ask. I'm going to just scan the chat and see if there's anything there was in there.
I have a question.
Okay.
Is there a version for your phone?
Oh, yeah, totally. Let me show you. Wait, where's my phone? It's in my pocket. Check this out, you guys. Share screen. So it's a mobile website. It's not an app. Here's my phone. Hold on. But I have a shortcut on my phone. See on the bottom right, there's the Teamzy shortcut. Takes me to my Teamzy account. So what you do is, see the website is app.teamzy.com, app.teamzy.com. So on your phone, if you have an iPhone, you do it in Safari. If you're an Android, you do it in Chrome, and you get to this website. So here's Teamzy. Check it out. I can do cool. I meet you in the supermarket. I can add you to my list. Boom, done, added. It's got my goals. If I want to connect with the next person on my list, I click their name, takes me to the connect box. I can get my scripts. Everything I can do on mobile, I can do it with my thumb, which is so cool, right? Copy that script, which is great. Close that out. Send it, toggle over to Facebook, send the message, paste it, right? Oh, where was it? Facebook. I have big thumbs, but you guys see how quick that is? It's so awesome. So awesome. When you're waiting to pick your kids up and you're stuck in that parking lot in front of the school, you connect with people. Starbucks. Oh, sorry, I twisted my phone. So you get the idea. You can do everything mobile. It's pretty awesome. So once you set it up, you actually don't ever have to go to your computer again. You can do it on mobile if you live off your phone. Okay, you can go to the beach. I live in San Diego, so you can go to the beach, connect with people on your phone. It's awesome. Okay, what other questions, guys?
So Eric, are you concerned that I don't have any 5 or 4 stars? Is it not a big deal? Is it stupid to even worry about?
Well, to be honest, most people would only have a few 5 stars. I think if you had a dozen 5 stars, you would be an incredibly social and well-connected person. Okay, so you shouldn't feel bad about that. Depending on the size of your list too, but it's up to you. I mean, it's really about how often you want to stay in touch with people. Every 30 days is really often. Now, it's not really often if you're following up. We've talked about that, right? But if you're just staying in touch, it's really often, every 30 days. You'll be like, wow, I'm talking to this person again. So, but here's the other thing that I didn't talk about is when you're messaging people on Facebook. The reason why I love doing it on Facebook too is because they automatically will go to your profile in most cases and look at your profile. So even people who aren't responding or a conversation that might fizzle out quickly, they are interacting with what you're doing on your Facebook page every time you connect with them. You're putting what you're doing at the top of their mind. Does that make sense? So that's part of the process. Okay. So
Eric, I have a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
I have a question. So where I got stuck when I first started doing all the Teamzy stuff, I'm sure you saw my account, I stopped, was when I was bringing my friends over from Facebook. That's where I got that's where I was having the problem. Can you go back to that? Is there a way that you can go back to show how to transfer? Because it was like they weren't all transferring over, and I don't know if it's because I have a huge friends list, but and it was harder to transfer everybody over. And then to separate like who was already coaches and then who wasn't coaches, because Beachbody people all are friends, and so some of the people that were coming up on the top of my list would have been coaches anyway. And so that was where I was stuck, because that's where most of my connecting is happening anyway.
Right. So getting your Facebook list is actually just recently got way easier. You just have to wait for an email from Facebook that sometimes never came. And now there's a shortcut. So I'll show you really quick how to do it really fast.
Okay.
Okay. So first of all, you have to be on a computer to get your Facebook list. You can't do it on your phone. Facebook just doesn't offer it on the mobile. But you go to Facebook, this little arrow over here in the top right, you're going to toggle that down. You're going to go to settings. Don't worry if you don't remember this. It's all written out in the FAQs. Then right here on settings, you've got your download a copy of Facebook data. See that right there? Click that. Start my archive. And then it's going to just ask for your password again. Okay. And so now what it's going to tell me is it may take a little while for you to gather your photos, blah, blah, blah. Start my archive. Great. Now it's telling me we're going to send you an email when we're ready, when it's ready. Great. So then people wait for that email, and sometimes it goes to spam or whatever. But what's pretty cool about this is you can just come back here in 5 minutes. So we'll do something else, and I'll show you in a minute how it's there. It'll just be there waiting for you. When you come back and do it again, you can just download it. Okay, so to the second part of your question, Rachel, what you need to do, guys, is you need to put your coaches in from back office into Teamzy first.
Okay.
You put them in there first, all of your coaches on your team. Then Teamzy, when it imports your Facebook friends, if it sees the same name, it's not going to bring them in. So they'll already be in as coach. Now, you're going to have, Rachel, you're going to have a lot of friends that are sideline coaches that aren't on your team. And so now what you're going to have to do is, as you're using your Teamzy list and you see somebody come up that's a coach, you have to decide, is this a coach that I want a relationship with and stay in regular contact with because it's a sideline sister or an accountability partner, right? A mentor, support person, or is this just a coach I don't know who follows me on Facebook? And if it's somebody that you don't necessarily want to keep on your list, I don't want you to get overwhelmed by it. All you need to do is this. When you see them come up on your list, you just go like this. Oh, toggle this little drop down and hit delete.
Okay.
Done. That person's off my list. Who's next?
Okay.
Okay. Now you could go through your list on your team page and clean it up. You could go through like this and just scroll down and go, okay, I don't need Luke, so I'm going to delete him here. So it just depends. I mean, here's the thing. Like when you move into your dream home, you still have to unpack and put away the dishes, right? But once you're moved in, it's so much better and more efficient. Make sense?
Right.
Okay. Let me go back now and see if Facebook's done, just for fun. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to this page on settings again. Click download a copy. Oh, see, it says we're generating your archive. So when I come back to this page and it's ready, there'll be a button that just says download, and I click it and I'll instantly download my file, which is pretty cool.
Does it automatically update the new friends that you get? Or should we be archiving every few months?
So what I really want you to do, the ideal situation is you're adding people every day as you're meeting people. Okay, you're adding them every day, just putting them in here. It takes a second to add somebody. Okay, and you're gonna get rewarded on your dashboard for adding whatever your goal is. If it's 3 a day, adding 3 people a day. But if you fall behind, you can do an upload of your full Facebook archive again, and it will only bring the new people in.
Okay, I have one more question for you.
Yeah.
Okay, so as we're building our like pages and our business pages, and that's a little bit trickier because it's people who are following you and not necessarily because you don't know them very well, so you're not bringing them over to your friends page.
Right.
So we would just come in and manually add them, but what about all those few thousands that we don't even know who they are? Is there any way we can track those or no?
There's no way to import them in, but here's what I recommend for like pages, Instagram followers, and things like that. Is when people are interacting with you, you should add them to Teamzy. Now I'll show you guys. I actually just did a training on this with Steve McDonald, the the social media guy, Tim McDonald.
Yeah.
So if you go into my team page, you can add tags. So you can add a tag to somebody. A tag can be anything. It can be 21 Day Fix. So I know everybody who has 21 Day Fix. It could be everyone who's a vet. I want to tag them so I can send them a message on Veterans Day. You can add tags to people for whatever. But you can see I created a tag called Facebook ad August 2017. Okay. So in this example, I've got a Facebook ad running and I set up okay, look, don't get overwhelmed if you guys don't do Facebook ads. It's just an example. It could be on your like page or whatever. But in this example, I create a Facebook ad. I put a chat bot on the ad so that every time somebody comments, they get a message they get an automatic Facebook message from me. And when they respond to that message, they subscribe to me on Messenger. So it's a pretty cool tool that Facebook allows you to do that. So now these people have subscribed to me on Messenger and I can have a conversation with them without getting put in Facebook jail, which is pretty awesome. So what I would do is every person that comes in via that way, I'm going to add them to Teamzy and I'm going to tag them that they came in Facebook ad 817. Now, what I'm going to do is when I'm doing my power hour, I'm going to do my normal power hour, prospects, customers, coaches, follow-ups. Then I'm going to go over to this list. I'm going to click on my Facebook ad people and I'm going to message them separately. I'm going to work that list separately. I'm going to see who's motivated enough to maybe be interested now, put them on my follow-ups list, or they just maybe want to stay in touch with me, right? In which case I'm going to set them to default and just have them in my Teamzy flow. I still win because I got the relationship. Now I can continue to message them over time. Or maybe they're not interested in me at all and I just want to delete them. Okay? But this is how you can add people in, or from a like page. I wouldn't add the 2,000 people that are following you on a like page, but I would add people who are messaging you now. You know what I mean? As you're having a conversation with them, like, oh, I want to add this. Oh, this person messaged me today. I'm going to add them to Teamzy and follow up with them a little bit. I'm going to measure their motivation and see if I want to keep them in Teamzy and continue to build the relationship or wipe them out. Does that make sense? So I want you guys to think about, when you think about your, this is me, the business coach coming in, your list of relationships is the most valuable thing you own. Okay? But it needs fresh water. It's like a lake, right? It needs fresh water. You need to be taking care of it and nurturing all those relationships, but you got to constantly be adding new people to it. You got to constantly be adding new people to it. By the way, it's not just about building your business. It's about your mission, right? We want to help as many people as we can. So those are ways to do it. You need to be, we say add 3 people a day. You can do it the old fashioned way. You can add people that you're meeting. Like, as bad as this is, I remember when I was a brand new coach, I went to Summit in Las Vegas. Like, it was like 2 weeks after I signed up and I was like, oh, I'm going. And, I'm in San Diego, so we can drive there. And on the way back, there's like an outlet center. We stopped at the outlet center, of course. And I'm walking around the Under Armour outlet, Under Armour. And I'm like, this is perfect. I'm talking to random people at the Under Armour outlet wearing my Insanity shirt. They're like, oh, Insanity, I heard about that. Like, those are people that I'm adding to Teamzy on my phone right then and there to follow up with. Okay? Like, you can do that, but obviously it's so much easier to find people on social media, joining groups, talking to people, and people are interested in what you're doing. Add them to Teamzy, work the relationship. Make sense? Okay. One last thing. If you do want to work your entire list on Facebook or your entire list on Instagram, you have to manually create that list and import it. So I always say, if you have an idle teenager in your life that wants to make it quick, $25, $30, have them build the spreadsheet and import it for you. Right? It works really great. Everybody's got one of those in their life.
I like the way you think.
All right.
I got a couple of those. All right, that's awesome.
Any other questions?
This has been awesome. Yeah. Eric, thank you so much. Like, this totally, like, for me, I was at the Portland Super Saturday when who was it who came out and was talking about it? Ashley Molstead came out and she was all over Teamzy, and like they did this big thing, and I was speaking at the Portland event, and I was like taking all these things down, and I was thinking about it, and I was like, oh, I think I even got it set up when I was in Portland, and then I got to the Facebook friends part, and I was like, oh, wait a second, I'm confused. And I think it was because I never got the email, and I was waiting, and I never got it, and you know. But this was great and very, very, I really appreciate it. I'm going to do this, and I'm going to be looking for some of my team members and looking for some of my 1-star and diamond coaches to do a 30-day challenge with me to let's do that at 100 coaches. Yeah, I see your hands up. No, you're going to be getting messages from me after the call. We're going to do this.
So we have something coming out. I think it's coming out next week, Rachel. It's real close to being done, called a team report, which is basically your team. You can send them an invitation to share with you their Teamzy stats for the day and the week and the month. And then you'll have a report, and you can see everyone on the team, what they're doing, how many connects they are making or not.
Because I'm not a control freak or anything at all.
Well, I mean, it's just accountability. Accountability is why we're Beachbody coaches, right? I mean, it's about accountability helps people be successful. And think about how powerful it'd be to have a team call and go, let's just look at the leaderboard. Who's crushing it in Teamzy this month? And the thing that I love about it is everyone can be in a free trial. So everybody can get in a 30-day group like that and just go after it, you know?
Right.
So that's coming out soon. We're really excited about it. I'm actually developing a 12-week training push program that we're going to offer to our Teamzy subscribers that my partner Mike and I are going to lead, where we're going to take people who really want to take their business to the next level into a private group for 12 weeks. And we're going to train them deep on different topics and focus on it. And I will be in those groups. I will be on a Zoom call, bringing up everyone in the group and calling them out by name, congratulating them, or calling them out, asking their friends to connect with them and get them off their butts and back into the group.
I like that.
You know, the thing about it is, as soon as somebody opts in and says, I want accountability, that's when you're ready to rock.
Right.
So that's coming soon. I'll let you know when that comes out.
Yeah, please do. I would be into that. I'm not competitive either at all. So that's like right up my alley. I'm like, what? I like that. So yeah, that's awesome. Well, I'm going to get on this, and I'm going to be messaging the 4 or 5 of you who I saw your hands go up. So I'll be messaging you guys tonight. I say we do maybe a power hour of getting our Teamzy done. Maybe tomorrow, if whoever's not working tomorrow, you guys get to work from home tomorrow like me. Bridget, you're coming soon. I see your face. She quit her job, so she's got a few more weeks left to go. So yes, so this is awesome. So thank you so much.
Last thing I'll tell you guys is, if you run into trouble and you're confused, don't know what to do, there's a help button on the bottom right of all the screens. Let me show you. You guys see this down here on the bottom right, this little help button? You just click that, you send a message, and our team will get right back to you on it, okay? And for those of you who really feel like you need more than that, the Lisa Swain, our Director of Customer Experience, will actually send you her Calendly link, and you can set up a 15-minute one-on-one Zoom with her. She'll walk you through any piece of it personally. Okay?
Awesome.
So so you can't get overwhelmed or give up. We'll be there to help you.
Awesome.
Thank you guys so much for having me. I know I talked for a long time. I get excited and passionate about this stuff. I want you guys to win. And I also want to hear your success stories. I love hearing them. Never hear enough of them. So send me those.
Well, thank you so much. Thank you for creating this amazing platform for us coaches. And thank you very much for your time tonight. And I can already tell from the looks on their faces, like they get it, I get it. And I really appreciate it. And Greg, Danielle, thank you so much for reaching out to Eric and bringing him on our call tonight. I really appreciate it. I'm so glad that they were ironically behind you in that summit, because that was a blessing for us. And we really appreciate you tonight, Eric, just coming in and taking the time away from your precious family and sharing with us. So I'm going to go and get my account. Is there any way that I can like start over, like wipe it clean and start over?
Yep.
Okay. All right. Well, that's what I'm going to be doing. And I know a lot of my team's going to be doing that too. And they're going to be going through the trial and or just jumping right in. I say just jump right in. So
thank you.
Now, is there
It's an awesome tool. I'm so glad that Eric had time, and appreciate you brought it to the team. And hopefully you guys see that, you can be real successful with it. So thanks, Eric. Appreciate it.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you very much. You guys have a great night. Thank you. Oh, Eric, one more question. Where will you send me the will you send me the link via like once it's done recording, and will you send me the link via private message so I can hear it on the team page? Awesome. Thank you so much.
Good night, guys. God bless.
Right.
Talk to you soon.
Good night. Bye. Good night.